come to save the day.
The Mighty House crew is on the job. This is
Mighty House.
All right, we're back, and today we're going to talk about grill safety. And before we do that, hit that subscribe button, dingle on the bell. That way you get notified next time we post something. And let's get started with grill safety. And why are we talking grill safety today, Rich?
Well, I just thought I'd share a story with you. So a couple of weeks ago, had some friends down.
Uh-huh.
We had some fun. And then this Saturday night, I was gonna, they all went home on Monday. So on Saturday night, I went to go grill a steak.
Sounds like good dinner.
I have an outdoor kitchen with a built-in grill in a cabinet with a granite countertop. And when I open the lid, start the sear station, my particular grill does not have an igniter button. It does it as you turn the knob.
Okay.
And as I turned the knob, it just went kaplooey.
What was that again?
How did it go?
Kaplooey. Kaplooey. So I had fire all the way up. I have no hair on this arm. I have no hair from my knees down.
Really? How'd it get down
I
there?
have second-degree burns on my right foot.
Oh, geez.
Except for where my flip-flop protected me.
All right. Good job there.
Yeah. So it was fortunate. I was lucky. So the reason why I was talking about grill safety is because, and you brought up some information, how many 600 homes a year burn from grill fires and things like that.
Almost 10,000 homes.
So it's a propane grill in a cabinet.
Okay.
And I made the cabinets. And code requires that you have vents in the bottom of the cabinet because propane is heavier than air.
Oh, that's how your legs got burnt.
Yes. So as this thing was leaking, to back up a little bit, after I put myself out, I looked at the other knobs and they were on low.
Oh.
In other words, somebody may have, I don't remember doing it, so somebody maybe tried to help me out and they turned them all to low, not off.
Oh.
So this thing for 4 days has been leaking propane into the cabinet below the grill.
Oh.
Had I not vented that cabinet properly, it probably would have been far worse. I mean, it still blew the doors off of it.
Oh, man.
So I had to scrape burnt stuff off the refrigerator and cabinets opposite the grill.
Do we have pictures of this?
No.
Oh, no evidence?
I did not photo document this.
Dang.
So anyway, long story short, I think that I'm one of them guys that go, oh yeah, I'd never do that. I mean, that guy had to be,
He's an idiot.
just one of those things, right? Where you just didn't notice this.
Right.
The other question people ask, well, didn't you smell gas? It's an outdoor kitchen on a waterway. So if the gas is leaking out and it's heavier than air, odds are it's not making it 6 foot high.
Yeah.
It's getting blown around the corner or whatever. So it stayed low. So I'm just sharing my story, and I'm telling you, I feel luckier than shit.
Oh, yeah.
Because it could have been far worse. If that cabinet wasn't vented and it had stored 12 cubic feet of propane at any pressure, the explosion would have been far worse.
Yeah. As you turned that knob to light it, the igniter would have gone off and then...
Well, no, that's what it did do, but I mean, it would have been far worse because there'd be far higher concentration of propane.
Is there anything you've
So
added
anyway,
to it?
outdoor grills out in the middle of your yard, on your deck, are far safer for that reason because they're going to vent to outside, but you still, now I do check the knobs, make sure they're all off. Just stupid stuff that you would just, normally you assume that. I haven't used it all week, the cover's on it. I mean, it should be fine.
Sure, why not worry about it?
Yeah.
So you had a question,
propane.
My question was just, did you add anything to your safety check now? And you hit it by checking the knobs first and a couple other things.
No, that's about it. I mean, I got 2 sear stations and then like 3 other knobs. But yes, I just make sure they're all in the off position now. I mean, it's that, and then I just send the wife out to start the grill. No, No, so anyway, yeah, you just go out there and, you just crank it. It's fine. I mean, I'll be honest, it was kind of funny because actually after it happened, after I realized that how lucky I got and that all my hair was singed, right? My arms, my legs, everything was black. I walked up to the patio door and I says to the wife, I'm like, dinner's going to be a little delayed. I'm going to have to go take a shower, to scrape all this burnt hair off and everything. And so I went right back out there and grilled the steak. I mean, it didn't do damage. I got lucky because it, was a minor amount. I'd really, in a sense, would love to know how many cubic feet of gas were in there because of the explosion that it was like, okay, that was awakening. I mean, I did singe my mustache, singe my eyebrows, singe everything, and that was from a distance.
Sure. So
the only thing that actually was near it was my foot, my right foot. So, and that's pretty much healed already.
You're good. So what about the cabinet?
So if you have a gas grill, be careful with that. If you have a charcoal grill.
Let's go. We got some pictures. This is not Rich's grill, by the way.
No, mine didn't. Mine survived much better than that.
So here's propane, and what was it? 70% of all grill fires are started with propane. Mm-hmm. They're propane grills that catch on fire for whatever reason that is.
Because not many are connected to natural gas.
Right. Peak grill fires are July, and then it's followed by May and August.
So far, mine was a December.
Oh, and June's in there too. So June, May, and August, but July is the most common month for grill fires. So there you go. Oh, so here's one. Now, in pre-production, Sonar, you came up with an interesting observation
you made a
about
good
this
observation.
Grill. So here's the deck that's missing and the railing, but what's wrong with that grill?
The ash catcher.
It has no ash catcher.
Most of those grills have vents on the bottom, so any of the hot stuff falls down.
Right, so all the embers fall down. Now the ash comes out of there to keep the fire going. So you walk by, you shake the grill, get the coals going, so that way they're nice and hot, and then those embers fall down. But they also burn a wood deck.
You need to go in that aluminum tray that for some reason didn't make it to the assembly.
You don't need that.
There's extra pieces.
Yeah, right. I know better. So something else, children under 5 accounted for an average of 2,000 or 39% of the contact burns with grills in 1 year. So keep that in mind also. What do we got next?
I believe that.
So here's a house that got a little damage because the grill caught on fire. So again, another reason to be careful. If you've got a wood deck, you can put down some metal underneath it. They make mats to put down underneath your grill in case that is. It also helps catch the grease, so it keeps your deck nice underneath it. So,
yeah, I mean, I have a little Smoky Joe, Weber grill, and I have a 3 foot by 3 foot piece of stone that I usually cook on, so it doesn't mess with and I have a paver deck.
Uh-huh.
But I don't want grease stains on my paver deck. I got a sacrificial stone.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Correct. So, and you want to keep it away from the wall, because if you get it too close to the wall, maybe we got, see right here. See that? Kind of caught on fire a little bit.
God love vinyl siding.
Yeah, and it's still burning. So and here the firemen are trying to put this out, but it was up against the house, so the vinyl just melted and caught on fire.
Well, it's still burning because it's a grease fire.
Uh-huh.
So it's a class Bravo fire, class B fire.
Yeah.
That's usually cooking anything that's a flammable liquid
grease or
grease. Like
oils.
I think even
Fireman Fred's in the studio.
Yeah.
No, essentially that's all the Navy taught me for the most part. But yeah, so you use a powder instead of the CO2 fire extinguisher.
Got it.
So you can't use a class alpha fire extinguisher for it because then you're spreading it.
As it hits, it goes everywhere.
Exactly. So you use a powder or you use an ABC fire extinguisher, and that should be fine with everything.
And that's what we tell everybody. 1, always buy ABC fire extinguishers.
Yep.
2, always hang them by an exit.
Correct.
Not in the middle of the house, because if you go to the exit, grab the extinguisher, turn around and the fire got bigger, turn around and go back out the exit. But if you keep it in the middle of the house, you actually can get yourself trapped. So never keep a fire extinguisher. Like a lot of people keep them in their kitchen.
Underneath the kitchen sink.
Yeah, no. A small one's fine because you might have a grease fire on the stove. I could understand that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to, say never have a little one in your kitchen. But if you have a bigger fire in the kitchen, you should have a larger one out by the garage or on your way out, and then turn around. And if it don't work, keep getting out.
Right.
You know,
You've got to
don't work yourself into a project or into a hole.
And like Rich had said, the propane keeps coming. There's nobody. Once the fire is there, you're feeding it.
Right.
It's just going and going and going. So
Yeah.
so it's just gonna keep, and that's why it's so dangerous, and probably why they moved the grill away from the house,
Right.
instead of just turning the whole thing out. Okay, it's a contained fire. We know where it is safely, so let's just let
Yeah.
it burn itself out, and then we'll be.
Well, when the propane tank goes empty, it'll go out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
But like in my case, I have a 500-gallon tank buried in the front yard.
Oh.
So, I mean, that fire would have been going for a while, and that's why I say it. But, you know, with the regulators and blah, 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 it's not like you've got, you know, a gallon coming out every minute or whatever. It
Right.
does take a long time.
You ready for this little stat I have from the NFPA.org?
Sure.
7 out of every 10 adults in the U.S. have a grill or a smoker. So,
Wow.
that
I have two.
you
I
see?
have 2 grills and a smoker. I was bound to have a mishap.
Yeah, well, see, I've only got 1 grill, 1 smoker. So, I'm
I
falling
have
behind
gas, I
here.
have charcoal, and I have my smoker.
Yeah, I don't have a charcoal. I don't have time for that. So,
You know, it's funny, I said the same thing, but until I got my outdoor kitchen done and put the propane grill in so I could blow myself up,
right.
I really enjoyed cooking on the grill for a while. And it was funny because I haven't done it in years. And it's like, I don't know how to time this anymore. And, you know,
But
like a caveman.
the pyro.
I think it's done.
The pyro in you came out. It was like, ooh, I got to play with real fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I got the little chimney starter, you know, the newspaper and the briquettes. It's good stuff.
All right. So how can we
All right.
test? How can, you know, if you've got a propane tank, you want to see if the hoses are leaking or anything, what can we do, like a quick test?
Just soap and water. Mix a bottle of soapy water and just spray all the fittings. And you should probably do that in the spring.
Yep.
You know, and then you want to take your burners out. You want to blow air through them or something because, you know, well, biggest problem with grills not working is spiders.
Yep.
Because during the winter, they build their webs inside those burners. And believe it or not, just a spider web is enough to redirect the propane and cause it to burn unevenly or dangerously.
Right.
So always a good idea. Although I did find a faster way to clean mine. Apparently when it was kaplooey, it cleaned everything. So it literally moved the grill out of the cabinet and granite countertop by a little more than an inch. So it had to
Wow.
have jumped. You know?
Wow. So
Yeah, as I said, I was really lucky. And like I said, you can make fun of me all you want because,
Yeah.
I was the dummy that did it. But
but you're here to talk about it.
I'm also one of those people that thought could never happen to me because, well, I know stuff.
That only happens to the idiots on TV, not me. I'm not one of them.
Yeah, not me. Unfortunately, my video camera points that way, not this way. Otherwise, I could have had the whole thing on video for you.
See, we needed evidence, Rich. Next, we need evidence of this stuff. All right, so
All right, what's our rules for grilling then?
so then usually I use Windex to check it. I can Windex or like 409, any one of those type of cleaners. You can just spray it on there real quick, and it'll start bubbling, and then you can see you got a leak. So next up, we've got the grill safety tips. Go ahead and read these off. Since you are the grill master, Rich, read these off for us.
It should only be used outdoors.
Interesting.
One would think that's common sense, just like the big tag on my generator. Take this outside.
Yeah.
Is my screened-in porch outdoors?
Technically, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep children and pets 3 feet away from the grill at all times.
Yep.
And that's a big one, because like you said, with the number of kids that get burned,
Over
because every
2,000.
part of that grill gets hot, and you just got to touch it. It's not lean on it, anything. Just touch it. It hurts.
Yep.
Never leave the grill unattended when cooking. That's true.
Yeah, I do. that
Always
a lot.
open a gas grill lid before lighting it.
Yes.
And I did do that. So that also makes me wonder how much worse it would have been if I didn't do that.
Right.
I probably wouldn't have a lid for my grill anymore. Keep your grill clean.
Nah.
The Bluey took care of that.
But you got to leave
Should
all
be
that
kept
grease
away
on there.
from anything that is combustible. And my whole outdoor kitchen is non-combustible, so that's a good thing.
You don't have vinyl siding right behind it?
No,
Okay.
I have wood.
Oh, there you go. That's much better.
Yeah, 1/4-inch reclaimed wood on Durarock and stucco.
Oh, okay.
So all I could have had is a smolder.
Right.
But yeah. And right behind the grill is actually metal. Anyway, Keep it away from anything that's combustible. Never use lighter fluid on hot coals.
That's fun. Come on, Rich. You're taking all the fun out of it. I like going, well,
I've never
like
done that
and
because
the
I
flame
don't
goes.
use lighter fluid because I don't like the taste of it in my food.
No, but it's fun to play with.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then do not lean over the grill when igniting or cooking.
Unless you want to lose your eyebrows and your hair.
Well, again, fortunately, I was good about that, but my sear station's on the left. So open the grill. I'm over here.
Now you are the sear station.
Yeah. But no, that's just it. If I actually wanted to use one of the burners on the right side, it probably would have been worse.
Yeah.
Although the burners on the right side were the ones that turned out to be on.
You're right. So
then
then you would have figured
this is
it
on.
out.
I should probably turn these off,
Right.
turn them all off, open the cabinet doors, and wait a little while.
Uh-huh. Let it air
Throw a
out.
match, see if it's there. No. Get a fan, ventilate the area. So yeah, that's what brought this about.
Okay.
And so like I said, I like to think it would never happen to me,
You're
but since
Mr.
I did it,
Safety.
I just figured, hey, get it out there, just be careful.
Yep. All right. Next up, see, there's your vinyl siding with the grill. You just light the whole thing right on fire. So get it away from the house. That's kind of
Yes.
the point.
Well, you said 3 feet, right?
Yeah, at least.
The minimum 3 feet. Vinyl might be a little further.
Yeah.
I mean, if the light reflecting off your neighbor's window can do that to vinyl siding, you
Yes.
might want to keep the grill a little further away.
Yep. So if you don't,
Maybe I'd push it to the left there so it's really close to the electric meter.
that way it gets everything going. Yeah. Or because if you don't, you could have this next picture. Your house could look like this. So I did some little quick research on this. This was a fire started on the back deck, caught the wall on fire, and then it went up, got into the eaves of the house, and lit the whole house on fire. Total loss. So grill safety. That's what we're talking about. That right there. You want to make sure you follow some of these simple rules, and then maybe you'll be safe. You won't have singed arm hair and eyebrows,
Right.
and your legs will be nice and hairy.
Well,
all that
and
stuff.
fortunately, that's all I have. I mean, because
Yep.
I've heard worse. And I'll be honest, this was a joke, not a joke, but I mean, this is why I brought about.
Right.
All these same rules apply to outdoor fireplaces.
Yes.
We do a ton of propane outdoor fireplaces down here.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. You got to be very careful because that propane can build up in that wall. If that valve's been open for any length of time and you're not sure, do not light it.
Correct.
We've had a couple of cases where the whole thing exploded, blew the fireplace apart and all that. So,
Yep. Got to be careful.
it just, be careful.
Be careful.
I know,
All right.
common sense, but that went by a long time ago.
That's it. All right. So with that,
thank you.
I'll say keep it square and level.
Till
Till next time.
Until next time. And watch your far.
Yeah.
Yeah, kablooey.
That's your new Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
That's it. Boom, done. We're out of here.
That's it.
Big kaboom done.